We're going to take a look at several different hydrangeas today. We'll start with the panicle hydrangeas, and the panicle hydrangeas, they get their name because of that long panicle-shaped flower. The little lamb is our first one we're going to take a look at. After that, we'll take a look at Bobo hydrangea and the Limelight hydrangea. Quickfire, it's a great panicle hydrangea also. A little bit different form on this flower. And then we're also going to take a look at the smooth hydrangea, the Annabelle hydrangea. This is little lamb hydrangea, and it's considered to have the smallest petal of the panicle hydrangeas. It's a hydrangea from Belgium, and it gets its name that the flowers look like little lambs. And we've got a white flower here, and it's going to fade to this really, really nice pink. Now, if you look closely here, we cut this thing back, and we do every year, down to about 12 inches. And the panicle hydrangeas, they grow very well with that new wood and produce just tremendous flowers. And since I live in a colder region, zone 3, zone 4, we don't grow many of what's called the macrophylla hydrangeas. We just have trouble overwintering them, but the panicle hydrangeas do great. We've got an iron chlorosis situation showing up here, and it's only on a portion of the plant. We can add iron sulfate. That'll be something that'll help correct it, but it's not a cure. You might deal with that from year to year. Here we've got Bobo hydrangea. This one really packs on the flowers. Just solid by the time it's done blooming. And this one's just starting to open. It's one of the more compact hydrangeas. This should only get about 3 feet by 3 feet. So it's in a tight area, and I'm really going to have to keep an eye on this forsythia from choking it out. But I like how they blend together here. Same qualities as the other panicle hydrangeas, where it's going to open up that white and then fade to that pink and leave the blooms on. That's one of the great things about panicle hydrangeas. Very, very showy for that winter interest. And the Limelight hydrangea. So far, for this season anyway, this one's the slowest to be opening up the flowers. So this one's going to be the one getting into late August, even into September. We still should have just really nice blooms. But tell you what, this Limelight, this can get some size. Look at this one here. This was taken at the University of Minnesota Arboretum. Boy, look at that. That's got to be pushing 10 feet. So a very, very nice, large plant. We also cut this one back, extremely hard, down to about that 18 inches, maybe 2 foot level. I've got a video here that you certainly can take a look at and see the process on that. The Limelight hydrangea, again, opens up green, and that's why it's called that lime in the name. And then it gets into the white, big football-shaped panicle flowers. And then it's going to fade into that pink, and then we're back to the winter interest where we've got those brown panicles, which, when the snow's halfway up the shrub, it's actually really showy. Now, this Limelight hydrangea shrub was initially planted as a tree form. And that single stem is a true to type. What does true to type mean? It means it's not grafted. It's just a shrub where they take one stem and they train it. Well, it died back, and I knew it was true to type, so I just let it come back as a shrub. If you like that style where you've got the little small tree, great for tight areas. I don't have one, not yet anyway. I'm just happy with the shrub form. And we're coming up on Quickfire hydrangea here. This one, same as the other panicle hydrangeas, leaves out into that nice white. The flower's not as tight. It doesn't have that dense panicle cone shape, more loose, more informal. This Quickfire area here, there's 3 of them, and we prune this back hard in the spring. And when I say spring, it's usually like March, early April. Bring it way back, and it flowers beautifully on that new growth. We're just starting now to see this pink show up. And if you take a look here, we can see the transition that this plant goes through as we go from flowers opening up into full flower, into that pink, and then on to the final stage where it kind of takes on that brown fall color. We're next to an Annabelle hydrangea. Man, look at the size of this thing. I can hardly see over the top of it. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, the shrub's about 5 feet tall, but this is nice size. The Annabelle hydrangea has been around quite a while. This is a good old-fashioned favorite. It's got a flower size, look at that. Good 6 to 8 inches across. Another improved variety of the Annabelle is the Incredible. That thing can get apparently basketball size shaped flowers. So this is an Annabelle that's been pruned back in the spring almost all the way to the ground. So this is all on the new wood. Does very well in full sun. You can also grow this in a very shaded location, and most people think that's got to grow in the shade, it's not going to do well otherwise. Well, we've got full sun here. Always keep in mind, plants that grow in shade, sometimes they tolerate shade, but they'll also grow in full sun. And we're back to where we started, little lamb hydrangea, but I wanted to mention this summon substance hosta. Look at the size of this thing, about 4 to 5 feet across now. Just one of my favorite hostas, that gold and yellow. So thanks again for watching Garden Hike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.